my name is Claudine May Gajano Batilla, and I will be your instructor for today. Before we begin our lesson, I would like all of you to please listen because I have questions later then, and so as not to consume our time. You can also take down your questions, comments, and suggestions about my report. I would like also to check few things. Can you hear me clearly? How about my video? Okay, let's begin with our class. Our topic for today is about components of curriculum design. At the end of this chapter, students are expected to 1. Identify what influences people's perception on education's purposes. 2. Describe how the educational philosophy of school is being developed. 3. Explain the significance of considering aims, goals, and objectives to the purposes of curriculum design and organization. 4. Enumerate the major sources of educational aims. 5. Discuss the 3 domains of educational objectives and give an example of each type. 6. Analyze the main criteria to consider the selecting curriculum content or subject matter and learning experiences. In designing curriculum, we must reflect how its parts are related with one another. We also need to consider a curriculum should support the whole. In curriculum design, we should think of the philosophical and learning theories to determine if our design's decisions are in agreement with our basic beliefs regarding people, what and how they should learn, and how they should use their gained knowledge.
Major components of curriculum design. 1. Aims, goals, and objectives are simply objectives. 2. Content or subject matter. 3. Learning experiences. And 4. Evaluation. To give you an idea of how these components are interrelated with one another, let us assume that you are a member of a committee in charge of developing and designing a curriculum. What will be your first concern or question to start its development? Yes, most of us have this question in mind. What is to be done? Ano ang dapat gawin? This simply means the aims, goals, and objectives. What subject matter is to be included? Anong paksa ang isasama? Which is the question often asked for the content or subject matter? What instructional strategies, resources, and activities will be employed? Ano ang mga instructional strategies, pagkukunan or resources at aktibidad na gagamitin? A question for the learning experience you need to imbibe to the students. What methods and instruments will be used to assess the results of curriculum? Anong mga pamamaraan at instrumento ang gagamitin para ma-assess ang result ng curriculum? A question that wished to measure if the aims, goals, and objectives were attained is the part of evaluation.
According to Ornstein and Hankins,
these parts are rooted in Harry Giles' The 8-Year Study. Giles used the term components to show the relationship among the basic parts, but included learning experiences and their method and organization. Ayon kay Giles, ginawang 8 taon sa sekundarya upang makapaghanda sila sa kolehiyo. Ornstein and Hankin Curriculum Design. Curriculum design stems from 3 big ideas. Cairns socialization, preparing students to becoming good citizens. Dito nagpapakita ng magandang ugali or good character ang mga estudyante. According to Plato's Academic, what should we teach to our students that will have the most impact? Ano ang maituturo natin na magkakaroon ng impact sa ating mga estudyante, yung lagi nilang maaalala? According naman kay Rousseau's development, growing the mind of the learner. To learn and to grow more, matuto at lumago.
according to Ronald Dahl's viewpoint, curriculum design is the parent of instructional design.
Curriculum design is preferably known as curriculum development. Curriculum development is what students will learn.
and instructional design is how students will learn it. Curriculum arrangement always comes in this order: objectives, content, instruction, and evaluation. In contrast, instructional design diagrams out pedagogically and technologically strong teaching methods, teaching materials, and educational activities that draw students in learning the curriculum's content. Identification of educational philosophy. The initial task of curriculum designers is identification of an educational vision or philosophy which will form the basis of planning. It mirrors the desire of the nation and the major theme paving the way for the future. The vision statement of philosophy provides guidelines for curriculum developers in organizing and incorporating programs and activities into the curriculum. The educational philosophy of an educational system is the mirror of national policies. Ano tong ginahambal ni Maman? Wala ko yung chindi. Ang ara ko naintindihan na yung lilimog ni Mam. Ano ko no? Ambo?
For example, use of one language of instruction to unite the different communities. Free primary education to reduce dropouts and a common national curriculum to reduce varying interpretations. The educational philosophy will also mirror national priorities such as the development aspects of the nation, socio-cultural needs of the people, and the levels of achievement of the children at different cycles. Development needs have to be identified in relation to the priorities. For example, does the country want more graduates or should the emphasis be on basic education? May mga iba't ibang aspeto ang tao sa buhay. Merong magulang ang gustong mapatapos ang anak upang makaahon sa hirap. May mga magulang din naman na makapag-aral lang ang kanilang mga anak sa elementarya at sekundarya ay okay na para sa kanila. In connection to social-cultural needs, the culture of peace, conflict resolution, etc. could appear as important aspects that should be stressed in the school curriculum. The needs of disabled persons and adults who have lost opportunities for living have to be incorporated too. Opportunities for vocational and career education have to be provided in curriculum, therefore vocational interests of students have to be assessed. In addition, curriculum designers should not only study current best practices, custom and beliefs about education in the local schools but should compare these to the educational research literature and best practices in teaching, learning, and curriculum design. Levels of achievements relate to understanding of concepts at different grades by children to enable them to complete the skills needed to move on to higher grades. These have to be identified in order to bring quality to learning, avoid wastage in the learning programs. Ang curriculum design ay pwedeng baguhin depende sa mga learners. Ito ay i-contextualize nyo. Furthermore, this chapter shows the kinds of decisions that curriculum designers have to make in some education systems somewhere in the world. Furthermore, this chapter shows the decisions that curriculum designers have to make in some education systems somewhere in the world. It can be seen that some decisions are relatively simple, such as adding a course, deleting a course, or making some minor changes to content, while in the Philippines there are sweeping and far-reaching overhauls such as changing the levels of schooling to 6 years of primary or elementary school, 4 years of secondary, and additional 2 years of pre-university or matriculation.
Here ends my topic. Hopefully you have learned from me. Thank you and God bless.